sit down, sit down. I'm like, wow, how we do it like that? Like, wow, how we do it like that? Like, wow, how we do it like that? Like, wow, better sit your ass down. How we do it like that? Like, wow.
That guy named Jeff or Dave or Ronald is back. I'm just kidding. We got new Ren. What's going on, YouTube? It's only Knox. We are back. We're back with our reaction series. So today, man, I am excited for this one. I am well aware we got a double drop this week, so strap in for this one. But first and foremost, we have Bittersweet Symphony from the homie. It's the live acoustic version. But before we get any further, listen, if you like that track in the intro, I also have a brand new drop this week. One take music video called Wow. If you want to join me for the premiere, go on, ring my bell. You know you want to. Click that link. I will put it down below. You guys don't want to miss it. Got a huge announcement that drops this Thursday, so stay tuned. But anyways, know what we're here for. Ren, step up to the plate. Let's see what you got.
I've got dirt on my Reeboks from staying up all night. I spent my last £10 on this pack of Marlboro Lights.
Yo!
I phoned up Stevie. I said, G.
Hang on a second. That's Kai to the right of Ren right there. I didn't know you had some footy skills, Kai. What is this little...
£10
Look at this little flick up he
on
does.
this pack of Marlboro Lights.
Gangster. Anyways, bring it back. The thing I love about how we always drop in on Ren's videos, right, is just... it's a simple shot. And then things get gradually revealed as we kind of come down. We create the intrigue, right? So we start with the apartment building, and then eventually camera comes down, and then you see the beautiful string set up, and then eventually our boy off to the side comes into frame. And then Kai just turns into Messi. Yeah, I love that. And you just hear like this sound of just being outside, right? Just adding to the live, raw, acoustic feel of it all. People talking in the back.
I've got dirt on my Reeboks from staying up all night. I spent my last £10 on this pack of Marlboro Lights. I phoned up Stevie. I said, G, you alright? He said, it's 6 in the morning, brother, get some shut-eye. I feel a sense of well-being this time in the morning. Wear my heart out of my hoodie while the city is snoring. Drunks falling off the sidewalks get issued a warning. Distant sirens, they crescendo like a symphony calling. This is the Britain I know. This is the Britain I love. There's poetry inside the city if you listen enough. Working class casualties out on the street sleep rough.
There's poetry in the city if you listen enough. Working class casualties out on the street. I love the poetry of the lyricism and the way that he puts this. And you can just picture him walking down the street like, should have gone to bed way too long ago, had a crazy night out, and all of a sudden, like, you started when the sun was going down, and now the sun is rising. And as the world starts to reveal itself around you, and there's sort of this tonal change, you can see a poet's mind just racing through, taking it all in, absorbing it, and converting it into the poetry of this song and of the music.
If you listen enough, working class casualties out on the street sleep rough, while a mother with her baby takes a pram to the pub. And while she's knocking them down, the cost of living goes up. I can't relate to politicians.
No, we're stopping it again because we got techers now. Was that Connor? Did he just try to do like a no-look outside touch right there? Listen, boys, we're going to have a challenge. We're going to have a challenge when I see it.
And while she's knocking them down, the cost of living goes up. I can't relate to politicians with their head in the mud. I resonate with messy Fridays with my boy smoking bud. We do our bit to numb the struggle. As below, so above. As above, so below. Here in this city we glow. I blow a smoke ring up to heaven and it makes a halo. And then the clock strikes 7. Guess it's time to head home. My companion is the city, so I'm never alone. Stepping in and out of gaps of the pavement cracks. If I go to sleep now, that's an anticlimax. People rise for work and the sun mirrors that. A perfect juxtaposition for those out on the lash. Bear with me, it's beautiful.
A perfect juxtaposition, you know, while some are rising, Summer coming down from it all, right? I love the way that that's set up. And, you know, so much of hip hop and rap, right? We're running on percussive hits, right? The drums are always what really guide us. What's beautiful about this, and this to me is just what adds so much more feel and flavor to these live acoustic sessions when you just really scale it back, right? Simplify the instrumentation, right? Let's just go with strings and let's just run the raps on the strings, right? Very simple musicality concepts, but it just leads to this beauty and this rawness of just being there in the moment.
Long, stepping in and out of gaps of the pavement cracks. If I go to sleep now, that's an anticlimax. People rise for work under sun mirrors that. A perfect juxtaposition for those out on the lash. Bear with me, it's beautiful, I think it's irrefutable. There's
a little hand up to get him to just stop for a quick second on the bear with me and then come right back in, not losing the moment of rhythm.
Those out on the lash, bear with me, it's beautiful,
nice.
I think it's irrefutable.
Beautiful.
There's beauty in the contradicting Britain, indisputable. Junkie in the cubicle, his old spoon is usable. His mother's in a black suit, crying at a funeral. 9 to 5 crucible, this route is not commutable. A kid falls off the tracks, then he serves a stretch at juvenile. Libby's at the dolies.
This route is not commutable. I love that line. You know, like the daily work commute, 9 to 5 crucible. And just, again, it's for me, it's the poetry of this and the word choice. It's not like crazy with punchlines and stuff like that. This is more storytelling. This is more telling a narrative and really just getting the pulse of Britain, of the city, of Brighton, as he walks through it all and takes it all in.
Black suit, crying at a funeral. 9 to 5 crucible, this route is not commutable. A kid falls off the tracks, then he serves a stretch.
Like, he can't commute this to you. Versus, obviously, the different changes that he sees versus commuting to a route and commuting to work smoothly.
5 crucible, this route is not commutable. A kid falls off the tracks, then he serves a stretch at juvenile. Libby's at the dolies, but her disposition's humorful. While Davy's at the bookies and his mates call him delusional Britain. Drink it down and moan about the weather when the sun starts shining. Feel the factor 10 tremor. Boys will be in it together till the fists start flying like the Conor McGregor. And then he's out. I think he took it too far. I think the boy saw red. I think he hit him too hard. Now he's...
I love these little just string pluck impacts right here. But before that, make the factor 10 sunscreen tremor when the sun comes out. Listen, my wife is British. I know these things. I've spent enough time, right? You guys complain about the sunshine and then you get it and then all of a sudden it's too hot. You can't take it. You need to get back in the shade. You can't have it both ways. Put the factor 10 on and keep it moving.
And feel the factor 10 tremor. Boys will be in it together till the fists start flying like the Conor McGregor and then he's out. I think he took it too far. I think the boy saw red. I think he hit him too hard. Now he's face down on the pavement with a face full of tar. Mad how small altercations can define who we are. That's my cue. Woo. I guess it's time to head home. Bittersweet how my high found its way to below. And I've said it once before, as above so below. Living on the streets of Britain, you just go with the flow. But I'm
high to low. Bittersweet. The song is Bittersweet Symphony, and I think he does a really good job of playing on these beautiful moments in the sweet, but then also the darker undertones, the people who are struggling and going through it, and the bitterness within the city, and even the bittersweet within himself. Also, there was another dope rainbow that happened. Some kid further back in the background just did a dope rainbow as the camera panned that way. I saw that too.
Bittersweet how my high found its way to below. And I've said it once before, as above so below. Living on the...
Actually, let me bring it back a little bit further.
With a face full of tar. Mad how small altercations
right there. Rainbow's right there on the right-hand side.
can define who
yeah, boy.
we are. That's my cue. I guess it's time to head home. Bittersweet how my high found its way to below.
Nice rise here in crescendo.
And I've said it once before, as above so below. Living on the streets of Britain, you just go with the flow. But I'm done. I'm out for the night. As the sun paints the pavements, I'll turn out the light. White noise on the radio to quiet my mind. I always was an overthinker, just the way I'm designed. Britain. Drink it down and moan about the weather. When it's all said and done, we'll be in it all together. Boys, we'll be like it forever. It's a bittersweet symphony with birds of a feather. 'Cause it's a bittersweet symphony that's life.
What's that little slide? Did he add that in post? Off to the side of the mix and the production area.
Trying to make ends meet. You're a slave to money, then you die.
Oh, and that one final kick. And you just hear that just reverberate in the mix as everything turns to black. I love that. And this part here too, when everything drops and he lowers himself and sits down, right? And everything just softens.
I'm out for the night.
And he really brings you in.
As the sun paints the pavements, I'll turn out the light.
As the sun paints the pavements, I'll turn out the lights. That's beautiful.
White noise on the radio to quiet my mind. I always was an overthinker, just the way I'm designed. Britain, drink it down and moan about the weather when it's
Facts. I can relate to those lines so much.
all said and done. We'll be in it all together. Boys will be like you forever. It's a bittersweet symphony with birds of a feather. 'Cause it's a bittersweet symphony that's life. Trying to make ends meet. You're a slave to money, then you die.
It's that beautiful ending. I think it's a beautiful portrait of, one, the bittersweet reflection of life going through the mind of an overthinker and a poet. So you have that introspection, but also that external view of the world and that painting of that picture through music. And then you have kind of the bittersweetness of the city itself and the life and the ebb and the flow of the city as the sun rises and dawn breaks, and the difference between those ending their days and those just beginning it, and that juxtaposition. And then also you have just this sentiment and this feel, as he constantly refers to, of Britain, of the nation as a whole, and sort of capturing that heartbeat of politicians who are so disconnected from the comings and goings of the daily people, of those just struggling to get by and to find their way and just to pay the bills. And listen, when I played my show in Brighton and I was down there, I had one of those nights. And it was a beautiful night and one of those beautiful moments. And as I walked through the city in the early hours, and the sunlight started to come up and it started to rise, and you just hear the noise of the seagulls and the beach, and you just get the feel for the place. I feel like that this is the song to capture that, and to really encapsulate that rush of emotion that you feel and all the thoughts as you listen to the different sounds and everything passing you by. Ren, you were Knox certified. Hope you guys liked today's video. Listen, for some reason you're here at the end. Obviously enjoy the content. Do me a huge favor, support the channel directly. Subscribe, notifications on, it really does go a long way. Also, this Thursday, one take music video. You guys do not want to miss it. I'll put all links so you can join me for the premiere below. All right, I'll catch you again.